This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. So please stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you very much for watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. I might even let you comment on them one day if you're very well behaved. We'll have to see. What we've got coming up today is we've been a bit flat centric the last week or two. I think not enough attention paid to moving forward on the National Hunt game. So that's what we're going to do in this video with another National Hunt possible that was identified towards the end of last year, actually on a Welsh Grand National Day. It's actually the first juvenile hurdler of this season. Saying that, I haven't really identified many horses at all. You know, the horses that I've got have been running so well that I found a couple, but I think this is only the third or the fourth horse that we've added to the list. All through the National Hunt season, I've been really selective, watched plenty of borderline horses go round. But this one I think I'm going to chance. The first 3-year-old stroke 4-year-old hurdler of the season. Last year, I suppose the juvenile hurdlers fell short somewhat. I think the two I had, Nuzret and Beau Zenith, neither of them won a Grade 1 race. Although Beau Zenith was placed in a Grade 1 and Nuzret won a Grade 2. So it's fair to say there is definitely room for improvement. And what the room for improvement, hopefully, before I start that, rep CIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. There's a few horses on there, plenty of National Hunt horses, and you might find the odd older flat horse as well. But this site really is from horses from 2019 and 2020. I think November 2020 was the last update. The site basically was full. So you've got 2-year-olds there that are going around at 6 now, and National Hunt bumper horses that are probably chasing now. Right, the horse we're going to take a look at is Salver. Very interesting horse, I think. Salver, trained by Gary Moore again, rather like Beau Zenith last year. Sired by Motivator, out of a dam called Salver Evita, sired by Monson. This is an interesting horse, I think. Very interesting horse. You'll see that since it came to England, race this year, the horse has actually been unbeaten. What it's actually beaten, though, the 125 racing post rating that it took to win this race, I've identified him in on the 27th of December, the Grade 2 finale juvenile hurdle. It used to be a Grade 1, this race did, until either this year or last year. The race has actually been relegated a level. And if it's taking horses that win by 21 lengths, rating them 125, then yes. I mean, what is it saying? 100 wins by neck? You know, absolutely poor rating. You know, I like my hurdlers to be at least 140 before I even consider looking at them. But this horse here, we've got to start somewhere. There's only 2 months to go until the main festival of this year, Cheltenham. We've got to get some for 3-year-olds, haven't we? So this one, I am going to chance, even though it has only ran to a mark of 125 in winning a Grade 2, as you like, you know, which we'll see at the end of the video. What we're going to do now at the end, we're going to go through the pedigree of the horse, take a look at a few of the relatives of the horse, then we're going to watch the horse win, and then we're going to get on with our lives. People will see that Salver is in fact pedigree 16D. It's the thoroughbred. Not always the case over the jumps. Pedigree 16D. And before we take a look at the dams, I think it is very worth having a look at this horse here. The Willie Mullins trained Saldia, who is also out of Salver Evita by another sire that was very good, Soldier Hollow. This horse was a Grade 1 winning hurdler. You know, people will see it was half decent on the flat as well. It was it never, according to this, got any pattern race form, but they tried it in 3 pattern races in France, where it was not really fancied, and the best it ran to was a mark of 103. Different face, different kettle of fish totally. As over the jumps, as a 4-year-old hurdler, you see 125. The market's taken Salver to win Grade 2s in December. This is winning maidens in March. February, sorry. There has to be an improvement somewhere. Before the horse went to the 2018 Triumph Hurdle, finished 5th behind Far Class, 3rd behind Sagalori in the Irish equivalent, but it's improving all the time, you'll see, before winning at the Punchestown Festival. Grade 1 winning 4-year-old hurdler ran to a mark of 150. It kicked on in its second year. Grade 1 winning hurdler again in 2019. It was the Morgiana hurdle winner. It went to a mark of 161. It also won the 2021 Grade A Galway hurdle, where it ran to a mark of 155. This is a fair horse, Salver. They even managed to win on the flat, like we said, back in Ireland. Did it? I think it did, yes. It won 3 races on the flat, including one in Ireland. Best mark, 109 on the flat, which was when it was 5th at Royal Ascot in the 2021 Copper Horse Stakes. They tried it fencing. It was a vastly inferior horse to fencing when it was fencing. It did win a race, but it was pulled up in a Grade 3 and then was well beaten in 2 novice chases. The best chase mark it made was 136, but this is a 161 rated hurdler, full brother to the horse we're looking at, Salver. I think it's worth now taking a look at the first dam. Salve Vita, sired by Monson. As we said, only 1 start in Germany on the flat, according to this. You'll see there, though, that she is a black type producer, and we've looked at one of the black type producers that we've found there, Salver, and the one we're on is the other one. Before we take a look at the second dam, Windley Ina. There's actually a stallion out of Windley Ina as well, Sri Putra. So the dam is a half sister to this stallion here. Sri Putra, winner of 7 of his 28 races in the first 13 of 28 starts, winning £546,000. On the track, you see there that Sri Putra won the Group 2 Duke of York Stakes, and he also won the Group 3 Solario Stakes. He also won the Group 2 Guillaume Dornano and the Earl of Sefton. He was also 3rd in 2 Group 2s, the Prince of Wales Stakes and the Eclipse. Very good horse. Went to stud in 2014. Multiple Group 1 placed, Group 2 and Group 3 winner. People will see at stud that he's sired some mediocre sized crops, really. None of his crops have been above 60. And I should imagine that they're all been mainly over the jumps as well. No stakes winners at all. Only 21 have raced at 2. 116 of his wins have come at 4. You'll see there, mainly running in France, with a couple going round in Belgium. Leading progeny, you'll see there. I think they are actually flat races, some of these. There's more Saint Cloud and Deauville than there is Auteuil. So you'll have to say, really, that from his oldest crop is now 10. You would think that if there were any going jump racing, they would be about soon. But you have to say that from fairly low crops and fairly average numbers from Sri Putra in France, it's fair to say. The second dam, Wendy Liner herself. Wendeliner, sired by In the Wings, foaled in 1999. It was actually unraced. But there is other horses that we could look at, definitely. Now they're getting to the third dam. One of them was actually a hurdler. Duty was a 137 rated Grade 3 winning hurdler. Duty won the 2007 Winning Fair Juvenile Hurdle, another winning juvenile hurdler. That was its top mark over hurdles of 137. Rated 100 on the flats, but never ran in a stakes race. Sadly died, aged 4 years old. Trained by KF O'Brien in Ireland. So to see that horse never got to show anymore. Sired by Rainbow Quest. And then what we've got is some decent flat form coming in now as well. Carlina, you'll see Dinalina. Dinalina is actually the third dam of Salver. Carlina won 3 of 13 starts on the flat in the first 3 and 9 of 13. €370,000. Carlina, nice horse. Very good horse. French Oaks winner of 1991. Also won the Group 3. Prix de l'Honneur. He's a well-bred horse. That's what I'm saying. Second at 2 as well in the Prix Marcel Boussac. And was also third in the French Guineas of 1991 as well, sired by Carleon. And she's bred off as well into a little section of her own as well. A lot of these horses will have a ones we're going to look at now will have a Carlina in the pedigree. Another hurdler, this time rated 140, sired by Dalakani, out of Carlina. King of Queens, trained by James Levy. Again, another one with decent enough form. You'll see there. It was third in the 2008 juvenile hurdle at Leopardstown when it ran to a mark of 131. And it was third behind Ebedion in another Grade 3 juvenile hurdle. It then had another little go on the flat. It then won a Grade B handicap hurdle, running to a mark of 135 in 2012. That would arguably be its best win that it had. It was really seen more. Didn't really run at any Cheltenham festivals that I can see there. The horse was rated 84 on the flat in 2 starts. It did win for James Bolger. Grade B hurdle winner and Grade 3, Grade 1 placed juvenile hurdle. We've got a lot of juvenile hurdlers here we're spotting, aren't we? Jolly good. King of Queens rated 140. Still plenty ahead of what Salver is running to at the moment, as was Duty. Lanouille Rose is an interesting horse. Lanouille Rose, also out of Carlina by Rainbow Quest. She only won 1 out of 6 starts. She was in the first 3 in 4 starts, though, for £55,000. This horse was placed in a classic. Placed in the French Guineas, the French 1,000 Guineas of 1998. And it was also placed in the Irish 1,000 Guineas of 1998 as well, as 5th in the UK. Had a good go, didn't it? In all 3 Guineas. Fair play to them. Placed in the 5th Muscoville Stakes at Yarmouth as well. You'll see there she is a black type producer as well. The best of which, people might remember it. Quirky it was, but talented, going round Tamlin. I think Michael Stout trained it first, and then Godolphin. I remember the horse. It had 30 starts, won 7 times in the first 3 in 16 of 30 starts. $448,000 by Selkirk. Gelding in the end. You'll see there the form of it, Tamlin. It won the Group 3 Winter Hill Stakes. It also won the Steventon and the Glasgow Stakes. Second in the Group 3 Arc Trial. And it switched to America. It won a Grade 2. It won the Kelso Handicap at 5 as well. There's no Grade 1 runs as well there as well. So Grade 2 winner in America. Grade 3 winner, Group 3 winner, in the UK, Tamlin. Yeah, it's definitely Stout and then later on in its career, Godolphin. Haughty is an interesting one that's going round quite later. This one only foaled in 2019. Sold for nearly $1 million to Kiora Stud in Australia to go and breed out in Australia. I wonder if I'll be able to remember it. That's the question. Winner of 3 of 11 starts, placed in 6 of 11, $435,000, sired by Empire Maker. People see there that Carolina is the third dam of this horse here. That was third in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile of 2021. And it was also winner of the Group 2 Lake Placid Stakes and the Penn Oaks as well. A very interesting horse. Group 1 placed, Group 2 winner. It was third in the Perfect Sting Stakes. Very interesting horse. Haughty, quite recently racing, trained by Chad Brown. And another one that was recently going around, Impact Warrior. This one was foaled in 2020, Carolina, the second dam of this horse here. Impact Warrior, again, only winning 1 of her 6 starts so far, but she has been in the first 3 in 4 of her 6 starts. $74,000. She was third in the Group 1 Del Mar Oaks in America, trained by Paddy Toomey in Ireland and Philip D'Amato in the USA. So this pedigree of the Salver, is what I'm saying, is still getting placed in Group 1 races on the flat as far back as 2023, last summer. You know, the Salver's a nice horse. Very well-bred horse, Salver. You know, I do think that. Others that I found that were quite closely related, I think these are a bit further back now. So I think we might go and look at another dam. Dina Lena was foaled in 1983. She's the third dam of Salver. At least this one hit the track. Winner of only 1 of her 9 starts and €10,000. But again, a black type producer. And this is quite an old pedigree. The 4th dam of the horse, Salver, Shine Ours, was actually foaled in 1965. Quite a while ago. Won 2 of her 6 starts. In the first 2, in 5 of her 6 starts, she won the Prix de l'Obélisque. She was second in the Prix de Royailleux, which is now a pattern race. The third, I know the Prix de Flore is a pattern race as well. The first race, I'm not sure what race that grade was at the time. Doesn't ring any bells, this one. And we always look at the 5th dam, don't we? Cherry. This time, though, the 5th dam is foaled in 1959. And again, fairly decent in the first 2 in 5 of her 7 starts. Second in the Irish Oaks of 1962. And 4th in the Prix de Royailleux. I do think so. I do like this horse. I can't believe that the horse has shown people that it can win a Grade 2 hurdle by 26 lengths. And the Racing Post is rated at 125. I mean, what did the horse beat that day? Yeah, we'll see what it beat in a minute. You'll see it did beat them very comfortably, it's fair to say. But what a fascinating horse. Fascinating horse. I do think I'm still getting a bit bogged down in the tabs here. This is called tab loading waffling, ladies and gentlemen. Get Salver back on the screen and then we can crack on a bit. There is Salver. I'll close that one down now. Salver. There's other horses that I did find when I went further back as well. You know, Al Wakir. Al Wakir won 4 of his 7 starts. He was only out the first 3 once. Look, 6 out of 7 starts in the first 3. €564,000. Listed winner at 2, but at 3 he won the Prix Jacques Le Marois, and he also won the Prix Gerbel, which was a Guineas trial at Maison Lafitte. Third in the 2,000 guineas at Newmarket. Second in the Group 3 Prix Messidor. Excuse me. People see there, no, still on Carolina. People see there that Carolina is the second dam of Al Wakir. I mean, this is quite recent. All this flat form, and we're over hurdles with it. Oh, Wakir oversturdy will always polarise opinions, I suppose. Me, as I say, he's a fairly average stallion. People, when they look at his record, they'll see that his numbers are dwindling. For fold 87 in 2020, only 57 in 2021. Only the 2 stakes winners and 4 graded winners. To me, he's an average sire. France is really where he has been based. Not many of them have made their way outside of Europe. Looking at that, the best progeny of the stallion, La Mahana, and that's won a listed race. Karma has won a listed race. Oh, sorry, there's no graded winners, is there? They're in the brackets. 2 listed winners, and between them they've won 4 with no graded stakes winners. I mean, this to me, you have to say Al Wakir, a very average flat stallion. It's fair to say at this stage. Antonio de Vega, it's another one. Used to be trained by Rafe Beckett. A high strike rate, winner of 5 of her 8 starts, and only $121,000 in Great Britain and Germany. See there, Antonio de Vega, multiple Group 3 winner. She won the Prestige Stakes at 2, and she won the Princess Royal Stakes at 3. She was also a winner of 2 listed races, the Abingdon Stakes and the Pontefract Castle Filly Stakes. And she just failed to land Group 1 platform. She was 4th in the Grosser Price von Bayern at 3 in 2019, sired by Lope de Vega. And you'll see there that Carolina and Machira, the Al Wakir line, just a dam back, 3rd dam. And the 2nd dam of this horse, Leonila. Leonila is one out of Dinalina, so this will be a half-sister to Carolina. We're getting through them now. Leonila won 2 of 10 starts. In the first 2, in 4 of 10, €71,000. She didn't actually win a stakes race, but she was 2nd in a Group 2 and a Group 3 race in France. And she was 4th in the Group 1 at Prix Vermeil as well, back in 1996, all aged 3. You see there that Shahnaz and Dinalina are figuring quite nicely. Found this one in South Africa. One World, very good horse in South Africa, winner of 10 of 14 starts. A horse, in fact, that was never out of the first 3 in 14 starts, winning 5 million rand. You see there, it definitely won some races. Group 1 winner of the Sun Met. It was a Group 2 winner of the Concord Cup. It won 2 Group 3 races, the Winter Guineas and the Matcham Stakes. And it won the listed Langerman Stakes. I don't know how big these races are. Classic place there. It was 3rd in the 2018 Cape Guineas. That seems to be the word derby much in the South Africa. Won the first leg of the Winter Series of 2019. You'll see there that Leonila is actually the 2nd dam of this horse. Very interesting pedigree, this National Hunt hurdler we found has got here. Salver. It's fair to say it could destroy these. It really could. Very, very well-bred horse. And that stud, it's early days yet for One World. He's only sired at the minute the one crop of 88 foals. Only 11 of them have ran, but I've got no idea what stage of the season they're at. 4 winners, and none of them have won multiple races, and they have only, rather unsurprisingly, raced in South Africa. This horse I found, Sconset. Sconset was another one that was never out of the first 3 in her 7 starts, winning 3 of them, €35,000. Group 3 winner in Germany. It won the Miel Mullens Trophy, and it also won an Oaks trial out there as well, the Wet Star Diana trial. I mean, this is another one. Where are we here? Dinalina is the 3rd dam of this horse. There are different horses there, Sadalina and Scene Tempori. Very interesting pedigree as well. This line, I do think, 16D, you'll see our little section was quite easy to find. And it is a little section, to be fair to it. I mean, when I saw what this horse was related to, the 3rd or the 4th dam, I thought this could be related to anything once we go further back in history. But it's not really. It's only really related to what we've looked at. A couple of distant relatives there you'll see that we looked at that I haven't looked at yet as well. Turtle Bowl. Fair enough stallion. Winner of 7 of his 21 starts. But again, a high success rate of first 3 places in the first 3 in 16 of 21 starts. €575,000. Turtle Bowl, he won the Prix Jean Prat at 3. And he also won a Group 3 Prix de la Jonquière. And he also won the listed Prix Montanica. And at 5, he was further placed in 3 Group 1 races. The Ispahan, the Queen Anne and the Marois. Went to stud in 2008. Suddenly died of heart attack in 2017. You'll see there that Shinars, who I think was the 4th dam of our horse, foaled in 1965, is the 3rd dam of Turtle Bowl. He'll have to go down as an interesting sire nonetheless, but not great. One of his sires at stud now, French 15. Gives us a bit of clues of how good he is. Look. Sire with 484 progeny to race. 334 winners. Earnings of over $55 million. Only 10 stakes winners and 8 stakes place getters, including obviously French 15, who won the Grand Criterium International at 2. Group 1 winner. Also the sire of Lucayan, who did win the French Guineas as well. So he was able to throw the odd good one. But not really too many. I don't know. Over Jumps is quite an interesting stallion, I think. Is he not? Yeah, there's so many stallions going around. Bap Home, yeah. He sired that one. I knew I'd seen him in Jumps pedigrees as well. It's the sire of Bap Home, who was a fair horse for Willie Mullins going round, I suppose, but no better than that. So there is the odd French 15 still going round. Turtle Bowl, though, sired 10 stakes winners. And there was a dam called Turtle Bow that was out of the same dam, Clara Bow, as Turtle Bowl, who won 5 of her 10 starts. She was in the first 2 in 7 of her 10 starts, earning $363,000. Group 2 and Group 3 winner in France, unlisted race. And she was placed in the Flower Bowl Invitational in America. Group 1 placed Group 2, Group 3, unlisted winning mare called Turtle Bow. So I'm sure you'll agree, plenty of very interesting horses there in the pedigree of this horse who's winning Grade 2 juvenile hurdles by 21 lengths. Salver, I do think, is a fascinating prospect at this stage. Before we wrap the video up, let's watch him win just after Christmas at Chepstow, and we'll see what we think of this.
So they will walk in, the 5 of them, and they're off and racing in the Coral Finale Juvenile Hurdle, Grade 2, worth $80,000, 8 flights to jump, and it's Salver in company with Balboa. These are the first 2. The orange Author Celtic is just in behind. Seahouse is racing on the outside of Harsh as they reach flight number 1, and all of them getting from A to B there. So coming up to the winning line with one full circuit of Chepstow in front of them, and it is Balboa leading by a narrow margin to Salver and Caelan Quinn in second place. Harry Reid on the leader. Harsh in the Gigginstown Silks, the best turned out winner under John Joe Neal Jr. is on the outside of Author Celtic and David Noonan. And Seahouse is the outsider of the 5, is in 5th place. So the Triumph Hurdle favourite, Burdett Road, not here. So these 5 don't have the odds-on favourite to worry about. A big prize to be won by one of them. And it's Salver, unbeaten in 2 over hurdles on the outside of Balboa, who won a race here on Heavy in October. And still raining now. There was a very, very sharp downpour after the previous race before this one. So heading into the back straight and running on towards what will be their second, and there would be 5 lengths at the most separating the 5 runners. Salver on the outside of Balboa. Harsh is in 3rd, last year's winning combination of Joseph O'Brien and John Joe Neal. They teamed up with Comfort Zone They've got Harsh today, who takes the second hurdle
hurdle
in third, just out jumps Author Celtic a little bit, and Sea Houses is last of the 5. Heading towards number 3, the second one in the back. And it is Salver on the outside of Balboa. Harsh in third. Author Celtic, who's finished third to Salver at Exeter on his previous run over jumps. And is sharing third currently with Harsh, and Sea Houses just off them a shade as Salver takes that very cleanly and well on the outside of Balboa as they now run to number 5, the final one in the back straight. Balboa on the inside of Salver. Harsh is in third. And again, a good jump by Salver on the outer of Balboa. Harsh in third place. Author Celtic is next in the field, and Sea Houses is in last place. Still in touch at the moment as the field run down towards the end of the back straight in the Coral Finale Juvenile Hurdle. And the front two just pressing on a little bit here. Balboa with 4 runs over hurdles under his belt to Salver in second. There'd only be a neck between them. 2 lengths then to Author Celtic on the inside of Harsh, and another 3 to Sea Houses, making the run back towards home. And when they get just before the third last, they'll still have half a mile to run. Author Celtic is just starting to beat a retreat now. Can't live with the third-placed Harsh, who is within 2.5 lengths of the dueling leaders. Balboa on the rail, now just getting a squeeze, and Salver on the outside. John Joe O'Neill Jr. just getting to work on Harsh in third place. Clear of Author Celtic, who Sea Houses will try and pick off, is still in 5th position. So half a mile to run, running towards the third last, and Balboa coming back on the inside of Salver. Gary Moore's Salver under Caelan Quinn jumped that better than Balboa. Harsh is in third, clear of Author Celtic and Sea Houses. So Salver for Gary Moore, who saddled Porticello to win this race 2 years ago. Heads down towards the second last flight, and inside the last 3 furlongs it is Salver with a clear lead of about 5 to Balboa. Harsh is getting closer to the second placed horse, but he's got work to do to get on terms with Salver, who looks good to preserve his unbeaten record here, running down towards the final flight. Less than 2 furlongs to go. It's Salver by 7 lengths here to Balboa in second. Harsh can do no more in third place, so just 1 flight left to jump for Salver in the hands of Caelan Quinn. For owner Mr. Keith Graves, Salver spot on over the last and clear by 12. Balboa over in second place. Harsh clattered through it in third, but the unbeaten Salver is going to make it 3 out of 3 here and takes this opportunity in the finale in tremendous style. Salver still unbeaten. In second place, a good 15 lengths back, was Balboa. Author Celtic got rallying and got third place from Harsh and Sea Houses.
I mean, what can people say about that? I mean, my view is that that horse there has absolutely destroyed him. It's won in an absolute canter on the bridle. People have seen the pedigree of the horse. Absolutely frightening horse. Especially against its own age group. I mean, this is not a bad first juvenile 3-4-year-old hurdler of the season. It's also the first UK-based horse, I think, that I've added this year. I think we've only added a couple anyway, like I said, but this is definitely the first UK-based one. And I think, looking at that, it could take some beating. I notice it's been allocated a mark of 128. I mean, that's laughable. I mean, this horse is probably a 150 rated horse when all things are said and done. I absolutely thrown in. It'd be. Let's see if it's got any entries. No entries for the horse currently. Not in the Triumph or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see where the horse goes. Salver, already a Grade 2 winner. And it'll be interesting to see how his career progresses. I can't believe that he's not run on the flat. Oh, yeah, he has there in France. I don't know if he's raced any more times on the flat than that. But you would think, looking at some of them, he'd be at least an 80 rated flat horse as well, you would think. But for now, I think it's time to end this video here. Thank you very much for watching it. Absolutely frightening, the UK horse here. Is he going to be a yardstick for the Irish horses though? Time will tell. But for now, what I will do at the end of this video is I will leave everybody the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Those who have chosen to watch the video and have chosen not to subscribe yet will have the opportunity to do so. And I will also leave a playlist to all the National Hunt racing that we've got. I think it's called National Hunt 2023 to the current date, something like that, playlist. I'll leave a link to that as well. But for now, take care, everybody. Dipping our toe into the juvenile hurdle waters here, where I think with a fascinating contender. Take care, everybody, and look after yourselves. Have a fantastic day.